We are live at Bronco Field in Snellville, Georgia. This is all on Georgia, Camden County. We have been delayed a little bit in setting up. We've been trying to maneuver around the rain. We had to maneuver the cameras. We will be without one camera at the moment. We are still trying to set that up. The rain is still threatening the game today. So we are trying to maneuver around that and to bring that game to you guys back in Camden County the best we can. So we do appreciate your patience as we try to maneuver around Mother Nature. So electronics and water obviously don't mix. So we are trying to bring this to you the best way we can. So we appreciate your patience and patronage. We'll be with you momentarily. Testing that.
3 balls, no strikes. On the catcher, Will Banfield. Strike 1 right in there. Runs the count to 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Banfield steps out, calls time. Foul back. Runs it to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Davis Toby waits on deck. Little soft liner hit just over Tim Parker's head. Falls into left field for a base hit. That brings up the first baseman for the Brookwood Broncos, number 5, Davis Tovey. Angelo Despina on deck. Looks like we might have a little sun breaking out. Not much, but it's more than we've seen in a day and a half. In comes set. Fouled off down the right field line. No balls, 1 strike. Fouled off again to the right side. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top half of the first inning. Just a bit up with that fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Throw over. Runner back. Throw over. Runner back. High fly ball to right field. Justin Mesmer camps under it. Puts it away for the 3rd out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 man left on base for the Brookwood Broncos at the end of the top half of the first inning. Brookwood Broncos 0. Camden County Wildcats coming to bat.
Thank you for tuning in. All on Georgia Camden is live from you in Snellville, Georgia. Y'all continue to help us with the sound. Y'all are doing a really good job. We had some technical difficulties trying to start the game. We had a little bit of a rain delay, trying to maneuver the electronics around the rain. We're going to be working with 2 cameras today. We wanted to be able to bring to you what we could live. So if you would, let us know how our sound is. We appreciate that. That way it lets us know what we need to work on. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Dick's Wings, James Jewelers, Thrift Construction, Auto Pros, Wright Construction, Lamb Insurance Services, Shelley Orts, Military Realty, Bob Hoteling at Sears Optical, Miss Rhonda Peoples, Miss Shelley Bonner, Camden Press, Oakwell Armory, and Georgia Nurse Care. We do appreciate your patience with our maneuvering around the rain today. Thank you for joining us.
Leading off for the Wildcats in the bottom half of the first inning, center fielder number 4, Cole Loden. Again, we want to say a big thank you to the Brookwood High parents, volunteers, team, and coaches for being so cordial. Cole swings and misses at the first pitch. The athletic department has provided us with a safe haven to do this game game to you from up in the press box. Ball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Foul straight back, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And again, you guys chime in and let us know about the sound. Delvis and Jeremy are working extremely hard trying to get everything fixed. This rain is wreaking havoc on the equipment. A little up with a curveball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the first inning. Just a bit outside. Runs the count to 4 on the Wildcats' leadoff batter. Fouled off down the right side. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Popped straight up. Second baseman comes in, makes the play for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up your pitcher, number 3, Ian Smith. Brooks Bryan on deck. Takes a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Chop foul down the third base line. Count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Down low for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. On the Cats pitcher, number 3, Ian Smith. Ball 4 outside. 1 out walk for the Cats. Brings up the catcher, number 17, Brooks Bryan. Josh Parker waits on deck. The Cats had opportunities in the first game. They just couldn't seem to get that big hit with people on base. Brookwood capitalized late in the game with some big hits to break it open in the 6th. Brooks takes the ball down low. 1 ball, no strike. Ball hit in between the third baseman and the shortstop. Shortstop makes an effort for it, but ball was hit just out of his reach. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Brings up the designated hitter in today's game, number 5, Josh Parker. Number 2, Mikey Packard. Number 2, Mikey Packard in the run for the Cats. Ball gets by the catcher. Both runners will move up 90 feet. One ball on the batter. Hunter Dean waiting on deck. Josh put some real good swings on the ball yesterday. Or I'm sorry, Wednesday. We've been here a long time, it seems like. Pitch misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Fly ball to center field. Mike and Packard tags and scores from third base. Catch breakout on top. 1-0.
Third baseman number 11, Hunter Dean.
Let's go, Hunter.
1-0 Cats. On a sacrifice fly RBI by Josh Parker. Hunter Dean, the batter. Takes one in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Chop foul down the third base line. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. From Snellville, Georgia, Brookwood High School. Dave Hunter Complex. Hunter takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. Runs the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball in the dirt. Nice play by the catcher, Will Banfield. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Line drive to left field. Brooks Bryan making the turn at third. They're sending him. Play at the plate. Not in time. Line drive by Hunter Dean to score Brooks Bryan from second base. Cats push another run across. Makes the score 2-0 here in the bottom half of the first inning. That brings up number 44 for the Wildcats. First baseman Corey Dowdell. Fastball down the middle for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. Hunter Dean at first base. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Justin Mesmer awaits on deck. Foul back. Got enough of it to stay alive. Count remains. No balls, 2 strikes on the Wildcat first baseman. Popped up down the right field line. It twists out of play. Count remains. No balls, 2 strikes. Ball hit back up the middle. Shortstop comes in, makes the play. Throw on to first for the third out of the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 walk, 1 man left on base. After 1 here, Snellville, Georgia, Wildcats 2, Broncos 0.
You are with us all on Georgia Live here in Snellville, Georgia. We're streaming to you live, and we are still trying to work out some small technical difficulties to bring you the best pictures that we can. We're going to be trying to work with 2 cameras today, so we're doing the best we can here. We do appreciate it hanging in there with us. We definitely would like to thank Brookwood High School for accommodating us since we've been here. Helping us get the equipment up in the press box so we can keep it away from the potential rain that may be coming. Thank you so much. All on Georgia is a news organization in 40 counties with 5 million views statewide per month. We'll go ahead and like to thank our sponsors for making all of this possible. Dick's Wings, James Jewelers, Thrift Construction, Auto Pros, Wright Construction, Lamb Services, Miss Shelley Orr at Military Realty, licensed in both Georgia and Florida, and proud mother of Class 2015 Camden baseball alum, Dimitri Salisbury. Dr. Bob Hoteling, Sears Optical at Camden Woods Shopping Center, near Publix. Come see us for all your vision needs. Go Cats. Ms. Rhonda Peoples, we'd like to thank you and the Owen Peoples family. Ms. Shelley Bonner for helping get all of this together for us. Camden Press, Oakwell Armory, and Georgia Nurse Care.
All right, leading off for the Broncos in the top half of the second inning, third baseman Angelo Despina. He takes the ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Nice changeup. Taken for a called strike. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2 on the outer half of the plate. Pushes the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Despina takes the ball outside and runs the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul back, got enough to stay alive. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Center fielder number 6, Spencer Lewis.
That brings up the center fielder for the Broncos, number 6, Spencer Lewis. High fly ball to left field. Mobley starts in. Now he's going back. Still going back. Still going back. Reaches up and makes the play on the track. That ball went a long way.
Right fielder number 25, Tim Martin.
2 down here in the top half of the second inning. Camden on top of the Brookwood Broncos. 2-0. Brings up the center fielder. The right fielder, Tim Martin. Takes a called strike. No balls, 1 strike. Foul back. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, fans, let us know if you guys can hear us or can't see us or can't hear us. We need your feedback. Delvis and Jeremy are working diligently up here to get this broadcast out to you. No balls, 2 strikes. Little up. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Bronco right fielder. Strike 3 on a called fastball on the outside part of the plate. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1.5, your score remains Wildcats 2, Broncos 0.
Thank you for tuning in. This is All on Georgia Live, streaming to you live from Snellville, Georgia. We'd like to thank the Brookwood High School Athletic Director, Jason Dobson, for accommodating us here in the press box to avoid the rain. Also, we'd like to thank our viewers for giving us comment and feedback about our technical. Sometimes we don't hear what y'all hear, and so we're trying to make it work. We are trying to maneuver around this rain as much as possible. We may just be with one camera today, but better than none. So we do appreciate your help and feedback.
Again, we want to say thank you to the Brookwood High School parents, coaches, volunteers, and staff for their generosity in providing us with jackets or blankets if needed. They said they weren't expecting this weather, and they knew coming from 90 degrees and dry and sunny on Wednesday that they were sure we weren't prepared for this type of weather either. Like I said, 50 degrees, cold, raining. Not really conducive to baseball. More like a Wildcat Bronco football game in early November. But here we are. Justin Mesmer will lead off the bottom half of the second inning for the Wildcats.
Right fielder number 22, Justin Mesmer.
Justin takes a pitch outside for a ball. Have a pitching change for the Broncos. Jabrias York on the mound for the Broncos. Fouled off down the right side, even to count at 1-1. Ball chopped to the shortstop. Comes in, makes the play, makes the throw on a short hop. The first baseman makes a good play for the first out of the inning.
Left fielder number 20, Chris Mobley.
That brings up the left fielder for the Wildcats, number 20, Chris Mobley. Tim Parker awaits on deck. Upstairs for ball one. Fly ball down the left field line. Left fielder hustles over, got room, and puts it away for the second out of the inning. Brings up Tim Parker, the shortstop today. Cole Loden on deck. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Line drive right through the third baseman. We're going to score that a hit. The ball was hit hard. The third baseman took a couple steps to the left. Couldn't quite get his glove down to corral it. So we're giving Tim Parker a hit on that. Brings up the leadoff batter, center fielder today, number 4, Cole Loden. Almost hit him. Takes it for a ball. Squares the bunt, takes it in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the second inning. Chop to the third baseman. He goes across the infield to all the way to first for the third out of the inning. After 2, score remains Wildcats 2, Broncos 0.
We are still trying to get a camera to you. We got word that rain is on the way again. So we are trying to bring it to you. Cats are still up 2-0. They're doing really good. Some solid baseball is being played so far. Hats off to the Cats for being in this rain delay for a day. That's hard to get back out there and get motivated and get yourself warmed up and things like that. It's tough on the psyche of the players, but they're doing very well, and we're proud of them. Streaming to you live from Snellville, Georgia. All on Georgia is a news network in 40 counties with nearly 5 million state views per month. Like us and share us with your friends.
Top of the third inning here from Dave Hunter Complex, Bronco Field in Snellville, Georgia. Cats up by a score of 2-0. Strike taken by the leadoff batter this inning, Trey Twardowski. Long fly ball to left field. It's still going. It's back against the wall. Leadoff double for the Broncos to start their top of the third inning. That brings up the designated hitter, number 2, Chad Williamson. He squares the bunt. He gets it down the right. Ian Smith comes in, makes the play, but can't find a handle on the ball, bobbles it. Everybody's safe. That brings up the leadoff batter for the Broncos, shortstop, D'Angelo Abood. He squares the bunt, takes high for ball one. Called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Here in the top half of the third inning. Throw over to first, runner back. Got him. Got the runner picked off. He's still in the pickle. Nothing. Everybody gets back. The Cats were more concerned about not giving up the run than getting the out there. No harm, no foul. Count remains 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 men on. Squares the bunt, takes a called strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Ian fakes to third, looks back to first, nothing going on. Up and in, runs the count to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and pop foul down the right field line. Colton Thrift out. Corey Dowdell out. Ball falls safely. No harm. Two balls, 2 strikes. Ball fisted right over the second baseman's head. Brings in the first run of the evening for the Brookwood Broncos. It wasn't hit hard, but it was hit in a perfect spot. A little flare right over Colton's head. He couldn't get to it.
Second baseman number 1, Cameron Guidry.
Brings up the second baseman, Cameron Guidry. Takes a curveball for call strike 1. 2 pop-ups last night on the defense really cost us in that big inning, and it might have cost us a run there. No balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. Squares the bunt. Takes strike 2 right down the middle. No balls, 2 strikes on the Broncos' second baseman. Will Banfield awaits on deck. A little up out of the zone. Evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. For the first out of the inning. Brings up the catcher, Will Banfield. Davis Toby on deck. takes it low for ball one. Outside for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. Hit down to third base line. Hunter Dean makes the play, steps on the bag and goes across for the double play. Nice play over there by Corey Dowdell to pick it out of the dirt for the second out or third out of the inning. 1 run on 2 hits. Nobody left on base. At the end, at 2.5 innings of play, Cats 2, Broncos 1.
All on Georgia, Camden County, bringing to you live, Snellville, Georgia. We'd like to thank Brookwood High School for accommodating us today with all of our maneuvering our equipment around the rain to try to bring you the broadcast here live. All on Georgia is a news organization in 40 counties with nearly 5 million views statewide. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Dick's Wings, James Jewelers and Engraving, Thrift Construction, Auto Pros, Wright Construction, Lamb Insurance Services, Shelley Orts of Military Realty, a licensed realtor in Georgia and Florida and proud mother of class of 2015. Camden baseball alum Dimitri Salisbury. Dr. Hotel at Sears Optical, located in Camden Woods Shopping Center next to Publix. Come see us for all your vision needs. Go Cats. We'd like to thank the Owens People family and Miss Rhonda Peoples. Shelley Bonner, thank you for helping get all this together. Camden Press, Oakwell Armory, and Georgia Nurse Care. Thank you, sponsors. 2-1.
We're back to a cold, wet, windy Dave Hunter Complex in Snellville, Georgia. Today's contest between the Brookwood Broncos and the Camden County Wildcats. Hard hit ball by Ian Smith down the third base line. The third baseman picks it out of the dirt, throws high for the first out of the inning. Ball's hit hard. Nice play by the third baseman, Angelo Despina. Brings up number 17, the catcher, Brooks Bryan. Takes a called strike down in the zone. No balls, 1 strike. In the dirt, evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Time called here. Ball gets away on the field. Ball 2 in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike on Brooks Bryan. Josh Parker waits on deck. High fly ball, shortstop back, gets under it, makes the catch for out number 2 of the inning. Brings up the designated hitter for today, number 5, Josh Parker. Hunter Dean on deck. Ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Josh takes a strike. Swing fouled, back out of play. Evens the count at 2-2 on the Wildcats' designated hitter. Swing, line drive back up the middle. Josh continues to stay on fire. That's his 3rd hit of the 2 games so far.
Number 11, third baseman Hunter Dean.
Brings up Hunter Dean. Corey Dowdell on deck. Starts him out with a curveball for a called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hunter hits the ball in the left center field. It falls for another hit. Wildcats have something going here in the bottom of the 3rd. With 2 men on, 2 outs, brings up Corey Dowdell to the plate. The Cats have really made some nice swings in the last 2 games, but not many runs to show for it. Corey Dowdell swings and misses at the first pitch. No balls, 1 strike. Strike 2. Snap throw to first, runner back easily. No balls, 2 strikes on the Wildcat first baseman. Ball down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. No damage for the Cats in their half of the 3rd. No runs, 2 hits. 2 runners left on base. At the end of 3, the score remains Wildcats 2, Broncos 1.
All on Georgia Camden County is streaming the game to you live from Brookwood High School in Snellville, Georgia. We would like to thank the Brookwood High School Athletic Director for accommodating us in our rainy maneuvering setup today. We are still trying to get a camera ready for you for a second angle. We're still working hard on that. I think we got the sound issue solved. All on Georgia is a news organization in 40 counties with nearly 5 million views statewide. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Dick's Wings, James Jewelers and Engraving, Thrift Construction, Auto Pros, Wright Construction, Lamb Insurance Services, Miss Shelley Oritz from Military Realty, Dr. Bob Hoteling from Sears Optical, Miss Rhonda Peoples and the Owens Peoples family. Big shout out to Miss Shelley Bonner for getting all this going for us. Camden Press, Oakwell Armory, and Georgia Nurse Care. Let us know where you're watching in the comments. Give us a shout out.
Davis Tovey to lead off. Top of the fourth inning for the Brookwood Broncos. Takes the first pitch low for a ball. Two balls, no strikes. Hard hit ball to third baseman. Hunter Dean corrals it, steps and throws for the first out of the inning.
Third baseman number 10, Angelo Despina.
Brings up the third baseman, Angelo Despina. One out here in the top half of the fourth. Ball outside. One ball, no strikes. Curveball taken for a strike. Evens the count. One ball, one strike. Fastball on the outside corner of the plate for strike two. One ball, two strikes. Ball outside. Runs it to even, two balls, two strikes. One out here in the top half of the fourth inning from Snellville, Georgia. Chop foul at the plate. Count remains two balls, two strikes. Outside, runs to count to full. Again, fans, bear with us. Still working on some technical difficulties to bring you the best view. Swing and a high fly ball to right field. Justin Mesmer in a few steps. He's still coming, and he puts it away for the second out of the inning. That brings up Spencer Lewis for the Broncos. Tim Martin on deck. Two outs.
Number 6, Spencer Lewis.
Takes a curveball for strike one. Curveball, strike two right in there. No balls, two strikes, two outs. Swing and chop back up the middle. Ian makes the play on the mound, flips it over to Corey Dowdell for the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Score remains 2-1. Again, we want to say a big thank you to the Brookwood High students and staff, teachers, parents, and players for everything they've done for us since we've been here, the accommodations that they have made for us. It hasn't been easy for any of us, but they have been more than accommodating. And again, we want to say thank you from all of the Camden County Wildcat fans, parents, players, and coaches. Leading off for the Wildcats in their half of the fourth inning, the right fielder, number 22, Justin Mesmer. Chris Mobley on deck. Justin takes the ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and fouled back. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Takes the ball in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Curveball in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hard hit foul ball. Out of play down the left field line. Count remains 2-2. Curveball down. Runs the count to 3 balls, 2 strikes on the Wildcat right fielder. Down with ball 4. Wildcats get the leadoff batter on here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Brings up the left fielder, Chris Mobley. Tim Parker on deck. Ball taken outside. No balls, 1 strike. 2-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning on a sacrifice fly by Josh Parker that scores Timmy Parker. And an RBI base hit by Hunter Dean that scores Brooke Bryan. Gets the ball on the ground for a bunt. What a bunt. Good bunt. Only play was the first for the first out of the inning. Chris Mobley did his job, got the ball on the ground, advanced the runner to second base, gave himself up. 1 out. Runner on second. Tim Parker, your batter. Timmy takes the ball in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Leadoff batter Cole Oden awaits on deck. Fastball in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher. Not far enough for Justin Mesmer to advance. Count goes to 2 balls, no strikes. Ball hit to the shortstop. Play at third, and a runner is out. base running error there. Shortstop made a good play. Justin tried to move up on a ball that was hit behind him. Shortstop just made a good play. Good catch, good throw, good tag by the third baseman for the second out of the inning. That brings up Cole Oden. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the fourth. Throw over to first. Runner back. Curveball taken for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the Cats' half of the fourth. Ball hit to the second baseman. He's on the dirt, makes the play. In time at first for the third out of the inning. Cats fail to score in their half of the fourth inning. Score remains Wildcats 2, Broncos 1.
All on Georgia Camden is streaming the game live to you from Brookwood High School in Snellville, Georgia. All on Georgia is a news organization in 40 counties with nearly 5 million views statewide. #1 news provider for rural Georgia. We'd like to thank our sponsors for this game: Dick's Wings, James Jewelers and Engraving, Thrift Construction, Auto Pros, Wright Construction, Lamb Insurance Services, Shelley Oritz with Military Realty, licensed in both Georgia and Florida, and proud mother of class of 2015 Camden baseball alum, Demetria Salisbury. Dr. Bob Hoteling at Sears Optical, located in Camden Woods Shopping Center near Publix. Come see us for all your vision needs. Go Cats. Miss Rhonda Peoples and the Owens Peoples family. Miss Shelley Bonner, Camden Press. Oakwell Armory's Mr. Howard Davis. And Georgia Nurse Care. Thank you, sponsors, for bringing us this game.
Broncos are Camden as rules for the second game of the playoffs. Right fielder number 25, Tim Martin.
Okay, top half of the fifth inning here. Right fielder Tim Martin to lead off. Takes a curveball down for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Fouled back down the right field line. Everybody giving chase. Corey Dowdell gets under it and makes the play down in the bullpen for the first out of the inning. Corey went a long way to corral that one. One out here in the top of the fifth inning. Brings up number 21 for the Broncos, Trace Twardowski. Takes a breaking pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes. Fouled straight back. Evens the count at 1-1. Way inside, almost hit him with a breaking pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. He misses up with a fastball. Runs the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Fouled back. We have a full count. Runner calls time. Batter calls time. Backs out. Check swing. Fouled back. Count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the Broncos, half of the 5th inning. Ball hit foul down the right field line. Justin gives chase, and it falls out of play. Hit back up the middle. Line drive base hit back up the middle for Trace Twardowski. That brings up the designated hitter today, number
DH number 2, Chad Williamson.
All on Georgia's live here for you in Snellville, Georgia. We're glad to bring this game to you live. The Cats are holding on. They are up 2-1. They're doing really good out there. Smitty, what kind of analysis could you give us for the first few innings of the game? How did that really set the tone for this game?
I think our defense and our pitching has really kept us in it right now. We got to get a big hit. We're getting people on base, which has been our MO all year. We have just got to get that big hit. But I like our chances here in the bottom of the fifth with the top of the order coming up. I think if we can push across 2 or 3 here, right here before the rain really comes down, I think we'll be okay. I like our chances.
Seems like our defense is doing really well out there. It looks like they're taking care of the ball. They're doing what they need to do.
It's got to be tough out there, and both teams have really made some nice defensive plays. You can tell both teams playing with a lot of effort, especially the Wildcats with pretty much a new defensive unit out there, one that has never started a game together. You got Hunter Dean at third with Timmy Parker at shortstop, Colton Thrift at second, and Corey Dowdell at first. Young infield, but so far so good. They've done their job.
Absolutely. Here we go.
Bottom half of the fifth, Ian Smith to lead off. Brooks Bryan on deck. Slow rolling curveball in there for a called strike one. No balls, 1 strike. Inside. Oh, he calls it a strike for no balls, 2 strikes. Way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul down the right field line. Everybody giving chase. First baseman puts it away for the first out of the inning. That brings up the catcher, Brooks Bryan. Josh Parker waits on deck. Ball in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Hard hit ball to left field, falls in for a hit for Brooks Bryan. Brings up the designated hitter, Josh Parker. Hunter Dean on deck. Fans back home, I don't know if you can tell by the camera, but the water is starting to puddle on the field. You can see little spots out there. I guess we're going to try to go as long as we can. It's kind of ironic. The sun's breaking through, and it's starting to rain harder. In the dirt. Nice play by the catcher, Will Banfield. Keep that ball in front of him and keep the runner from advancing. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out. Here in the Cats' half of the 5th inning. Sure they know. Ball taken upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out. Three and 0. Ball in the dirt. 2 men on. For the third baseman, number 11, Hunter Dean, as the rain continues to fall here at Dave Hunter Complex in Snellville, Georgia. Bunt attempt by Hunter Dean. Fouled at the plate. Looked like it got a little piece of the catcher, Will Banfield. No balls, 1 strike. Cats third baseman digs back in. Corey Dowdell waits on deck. Curveball misses high. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Bunted foul down the third base line. Runs the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Fouled back out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Line drive up the middle. Hard hit ball. Runners move up a base. That was a hard hit ball by Hunter Dean up the middle.
Number 44, Corey Dowdell.
That brings up the first baseman today for the Cats, number 44, Corey Dowdell. Another one of those young freshmen starting today for Camden. Now, Brookwood's going to have a meeting on the mound to see how they're going to pitch the big cat first baseman. As the rain continues to fall here, looks like the umpires are going to break up this meeting. It looks like a couple of the umpires are going to the jacket. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the Cats' half of the 5th inning. Corey Dowdell, your batter. On a cold, windy, rainy day from Snellville, Georgia. Brooks Bryan on third. Josh Parker on second. Hunter Dean on first. Corey Dowdell at the plate. Justin Mesmer waits on deck. Long fly ball down the left field line. It's hooking, it's hooking, it's hooking. Yeah, had the distance. Long strike one. No balls, one strike. Ball hit to the shortstop. Throws the ball to second for one, on to second, on to first for the double play. I think they had some controversy at second. Coach Seymour argues that the second baseman was off of the bag, but the call will stand. So after 5, the score remains Wildcats 2, Broncos 1.
All on Georgia Camden is streaming the game from you live from Brunswick High School in Snellville, Georgia. All on Georgia is a news organization in 40 counties with nearly 5 million views statewide per month. We'd like to thank our sponsors for getting us here to Snellville, Georgia. Those are Dick's Wings, James Jewelers and Engraving, Thrift Construction, Auto Pros, Wright Construction, Lamb Insurance Services, Shelley Orts of Military Realty, a licensed realtor in both Georgia and Florida, and proud mother of Class 2015 Camden baseball alum, Demetria Salisbury. Dr. Hotellings at Sears Optical, located in Camden Woods Shopping Center near Publix. Come see us for all your vision needs. Go Cats. Miss Rhonda Peoples and the Owens Peoples family. Thank you, Miss Rhonda. Miss Shelley Bonner, Camden Press, Oakwell Armory, Mr. Howard Davis, and Georgia Nurse Care. We really thank you in helping us get here and bringing this game to you live from Snellville, Georgia. Nice hit there. Oh, it's foul.
No balls, one strike on the Broncos' second baseman. Curveball misses outside. One ball, one strike. Called strike 2. One ball, two strikes, no outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Foul back out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. High fly ball to center field. Cole Oden comes in and puts it away for the first out of the inning. That brings up the catcher,
Number 11, Will Banfield.
Will Banfield. Time called at the plate. I just stepped outside. I didn't know how hard it was raining until I just stepped outside. We're up here in the booth, and we can't really see, but you can definitely feel it when you step outside. Swing and a miss. No balls, one strike. High fly ball to left field. Chris Mobley back at the wall, reaches up, and makes the catch on the track for the second out of the inning. I'll bring up the first baseman, Davis Tovey. 2 down here in the top half of the 6th inning. Again, from a rainy, windy, blustery, downright miserable day in Snellville, Georgia. Swing and a miss. No balls, one strike. Ball taken up. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled straight back. Runs the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the top half of the 6th inning. Ball away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the Broncos' first baseman. Hard hit ball sneaks through the left side of the infield. Brings up the third baseman for the Broncos, Angelo Despina. Takes a breaking ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 in out. Fastball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Spencer Lewis waits on deck. Ian comes set, delivers the pitch. Called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ian misses up with that fastball. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. Time called. Looks like everybody's having a hard time keeping their hands dry and keeping the rain out of their face. Ball outside.
Smitty, he's painting the same spot every time on that outside corner.
2 men on. 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th inning.
Number 6, Spencer Lewis.
Wildcats really need to find an out here. Get back in that dry dugout. Curveball in there for a strike. No balls, one strike. Fastball fouled back. No balls, two strikes, 2 outs. 2 men on. I went to the count on the Broncos center fielder. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Score remains Wildcats 2, Broncos 1.
All on Georgia Camden is streaming to you live from Snellville, Georgia at Brookwood High School at Bronco Field. We'd like to thank the athletic director, Jason Dobson, for accommodating us today with all the rain and trying to maneuver our equipment out of the rain as much as possible so we could bring this to you live. All on Georgia is a news organization in 40 counties with nearly 5 million views statewide. #1 news provider in rural Georgia. I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Dick's Wings, James Jewelers and Engraving, Thrift Construction, Auto Pros, Wright Construction, Lamb Insurance Services, Shelley Oritz, Military Realty, a licensed realtor in Georgia and Florida and proud mother of class of 2015 Camden baseball alum, Demetria Salisbury. Dr. Bob Hoteling, Sears Optical, located in Camden Woods Shopping Center next to Publix. Come see us for all your vision needs. Go Cats. Thank you, Miss Rhonda Peoples and the Owens Peoples family. Thank you to Miss Shirley Bonner, Camden Press, Oakwell Armory, Mr. Howard Davis, and Georgia Nurse Care. Thank you, sponsors, for helping us bring this game to you live back in Camden County, Georgia.
Cats will send up the bottom third of their order in this half of the 6th inning. Leading off for the Cats, Justin Mesmer. He takes a called strike on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. He squares the bunt, can't get it down. No balls, 2 strikes. Outside with a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Ball way outside. Justin's worked the count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the Cat right fielder. Squibbed off the end of the bat to the second baseman. He makes the play for the first out of the inning.
I haven't talked to you too much with Ian being on the mound, but while they're at bat, I'll talk to you a little bit. I can't imagine how they're handling this, making the catches in the rain. Their cleats are about 2 inches taller. Ball's wet, nothing dry on their body to dry the ball off with.
Yeah, it's challenging out there, to say the least. I mean, like I said before, you can see some water starting to form on the infield itself. As Chris Mobley fouls one back, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. But again, I think the staff, the coaching staff, the school, and the players did a phenomenal job getting this field ready to play. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, because it hasn't stopped raining all day yesterday. Last night it flooded and started back again at 10:30 this morning.
Swing and a miss. Runs the count to even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And when you say flooded yesterday, it flooded for hours. It wasn't just a little downpour. It was hours and hours of rain.
Yeah, I believe we were under a tornado warning last night.
Called strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Brings up Tim Parker.
Number 12, Tim Parker.
Yeah, I think they spotted a couple tornadoes over around Sewanee. I think they had a lot of the places over there, a lot of the town locked down because of the tornado.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of questions about how this game plays out and how they would play a game 3. We just don't know that. Maybe they're saying that the rain's going to clear out of here around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, so I guess we're going to look at a doubleheader.
I think if it doesn't get any harder than this, I think they're going to do everything in their power if it goes to game 3 to get it done immediately following this game.
Gotcha.
1 ball, 1 strike on the Wildcat shortstop. 2 outs here in their half of the 6th. Fouled straight back. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
For those of y'all wondering why we're talking about the weather in a 2-1 ball game like this, having to calm Smitty down a little bit with Ian on the mound. He's been holding up pretty well though. Pretty intense game for the pitcher.
Ball in the dirt. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning from Snellville, Georgia. Ball outside. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cole Loden waits on deck. Swung on and fouled down the first base line. First baseman over, and he puts it away for the 3rd out of the inning. After 6 from Snellville, the score remains Wildcats 2, Broncos 1.
Folks, this is time where you share this game right now. We're going into the 7th. Mr. Ian Green still holding on to one-run lead going into the 7th.
All on Georgia would like to thank our sponsors, Dick's Wings, James Jewelers and Engraving, Thrift Construction, Auto Pros, Wright Construction, Lamb Insurance Services, Shirley Orr Military Realty in Georgia and Florida. Proud mother of class 2015 Camden baseball alum, Demetrius Salisbury. Dr. Bob Hotel and Sears Optical located at Camden Woods Shopping Center. Next to Publix, come see us for all your vision needs. Go Cats. Thank you to Miss Rhonda Peoples and the Owen Peoples family. Miss Shelley Bonner, Camden Press, Georgia Nurse Care, and Mr. Howard Davis of Oakwell Armory. Thank you so much for letting us bring the game to you live in Camden County.
Smitty, I apologize. I said Ian Green. It's Ian Smith. Smitty's boy on the mound right here in the 7th inning with a 1-run lead. Only other Ian I know is Ian Green over in Wayne County.
I'm sure he's probably been called worse than that, as has his father.
Leading off the inning for the Broncos, number 25, Tim Martin.
And we're back. Curveball in there for strike one. We had a pitch count controversy, but I think they got everything sorted out. Ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. And no more comments from Camden Map. Ian misses high. Runs the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the Broncos half of the 7th inning. Ball hit the center field. Cole Loden takes a few steps back and puts it away for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up today's starting pitcher, Trace Twardowski.
Smitty, I can honestly say I've never played in a game with this kind of rain steady.
I'm sure all these kids have played in the rain, but I don't know if it's been this miserably cold and windy and raining.
The entire game.
Takes a fastball for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike. Curveball right in there. No balls, 2 strikes. Time called. Called strike 3 for the second out of the inning.
DH number 2, Chad Williamson.
We could be looking at the final out of game 2.
Chad Williamson, your batter. It's been a tough out the last 2 nights. It must have been, I don't know. We'll say that it was high. 1 ball, no strikes. Same place. 2 balls, no strikes. Right in there for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the Broncos, half of the 7th inning. Curveball right in there for strike 2. Runs it to even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Swing and fouled back. Williamson stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Ball hit up in the air. Ian's coming in. He puts it away, and that's the ball game. Cats win it by a final of 2-1. As soon as we know anything about game 3, we're headed to game 3. And I see one guy that is happiest person out there, Mylan Ellerson. I see him. He went to get his uniform. He's going to put it on. So Mylan will be available for the 3rd game of this series, and that'll be another bat that we get to put in the lineup.
Be the only dry uniform on the field.
I tell you, both teams showed a lot of heart battling through a tough game like that in some tough weather conditions. Again, the elements aren't really conducive to playing baseball. This would be more like a football game in Chicago, if anything.
Absolutely. I tell you, Smitty, congratulations. Ian pitched a heck of a ball game. I mean, the only inning they put up a run, he had the runner out at first, but the ball slipped out of his hand, wet ball on that grass. So,
I tell you
outstanding game.
That was a very, very clean game played by both teams with only the one error on the ball bunted back to Ian at the mound that he couldn't find the handle on. But I tell you, there were some nice defensive plays made on both sides for both teams, and again, in some tough weather conditions.
So just like the last series, the last round of state playoffs against North Cobb, lose game one, Ian comes in and pitches a complete game, 7-inning ball game, 2 runs, 2-1 ball game.
I tell you what, they
forced game 3.
I tell you, the pitching and the defense let those 2 runs stand up. If you don't mind, I'm gonna go down.
Absolutely, go down. We'll handle this.
I got it.
That's one proud daddy right there, fellas. So what are we going? Folks, we're going to need to take a technical break here. We'll come back with Game 3. It'll be a separate link altogether, so if you will, share All on Georgia Camden page. Follow it, like it. When we go live, it'll notify you. Shouldn't be too long. We'll take a break, reset everything, and come back for you. Again, go into Game 3 as soon as they have the field ready.